Hey everyone, and welcome to our next destination here in Sri Lanka. We're in Dambulla. It's just south of our last location, and I'm glad I'm not at that previous location because I had such a hard time pronouncing the word Anuradurpurnrad. I swear I had to take like 10 different takes just to say that every time. But here, we're in Dambulla. It's supposed to have some really cool temples. It's supposed to be a cave temple. There's some old ruins, and of course, there's some great hiking just to the northeast, so you know I'm gonna be there. Let's check it out. Well, we found the rock temple, so I think we're gonna go check it out. But of course, it involves a lot of walking uphill, but I'm no stranger to that, so come upstairs with me. Yeah. At first I thought this was ice cream, but it's actually chutney. Well, that was pretty cool. You got to see the Buddhas, the temple, and you got exercise by going up the hill. And if you were like me and didn't realize that they only sell the tickets on the opposite side, then you got to go up, realize you need a ticket, go down the back side, back up, see what you want to see, and then come back down. So hey, that's just bonus exercise. I'm finally checking into my homestay. Wow, that's an impressive bed. Gotta say, this is pretty good considering it's only $6 per night. Oh, and I get my own private bath. And the bathroom is one of the best I've seen yet. Very well maintained, clean, looks good. Just northeast of Dambulla is Sigiriya. It's a tall plateaued mountain, and it was formed thousands of years ago, but legend has it that in the 5th century there was a king, and a king had 2 sons. There was the rightful heir, and then, the second son. And the second son was actually a half-brother because he was fathered from a non-royal woman. So yeah, I'll just say a little piece on the side. But that second son, he ended up killing the king because he wanted to be the king. And so he killed the king, but the first son feared for his life. So he went on this tall rock, the Sigiriya, which is 180 meters tall, and he built a whole fortress up there to protect himself from the second son who was trying to kill him. Well, the second son came, and all of the rightful king, the first son, all of his soldiers abandoned him, and well, the first son ended up dying. But yeah, so today we have the opportunity to climb up this mountain plateau, and it's supposed to have some great views of the top. And it's hiking, so you know I'm going to be doing it. Hike on! Believe it or not, we're actually going to climb all the way to the top there. This is a great viewpoint to start your journey. On the way up, we get the opportunity to see the remnants of caves, which were occupied by Buddhist monks from 1495 until about the 14th century. They're all walled up now for safety. And apparently this is very popular with wasps as well, so let's be quiet so we don't get stung. We are about to reach the citadel, and we have arrived at 180 meters above the base level of the mountain. From the top of Sigiriya, you can see Pagala in the distance. That's the second most prominent peak in the area, and of course, if you look closely, you can see people over there. So I'll be going over there next to check out the view of Sigiriya from Pagala. Just imagine being the king. You're up here in a very defensible position. You have the high ground, and your entire army abandons you. You must be a really bad leader. There's supposed to be a cave painting here, but it says no photography or video, so looks like I can't take a picture. I'll just tell you how cool it looks. Okay, the paintings actually were really cool. It was multiple paintings of women around the world. Of course, they were all topless for some reason, but yeah, no, it was cool. And you know, I think that it's pretty good that they don't actually allow you to take pictures or videos, because it gives you something to look forward to when you get here. Just the short 3.5 kilometers from Sigiriya is Pagala, and so it's a quick walk, or you can take a tuk-tuk. But there's a temple here as well as the hike to the top. So come with me. The view here from Pagala does not disappoint. You can see Sigiriya right behind me, and it is quite amazing. Well, those are definitely great hikes. The views were amazing, but they don't tell you, but if you have mobility issues, you might consider not doing these hikes. They're very steep, and especially from right here on this way up, oh wow, yeah, you definitely need your hands and legs. So my father, who's 80 years old, no way could he do this. So, but if you can, then of course, hike on. Right. About 5 kilometers south of Dambulla is Ibangkatua monolithic ruins. And these are tombs from the prehistoric and protohistoric eras. They've carbon dated the tombs and the remains they found, and they're between 700 and 400 BC. So let's go check it out. There are a total of 13 hectares of land where they're finding the burial remains. And here you can see that there are clay pots that the human remains were inside. But as this lady here is demonstrating, they are still going through dirt looking for additional remains. In this area here, you can see the tombs that have not been fully excavated yet. Well, it's definitely not as large as the Louvre in Paris, but it has just enough and gives you a glimpse into the prehistoric and proto-historic eras of Sri Lanka. And let's face it, in this geographic location on the world, Sri Lanka has a vast amount of history, way more than Western Europe and the Americas. Okay, it's time to get some food. And this looks like a local place and there's a lot of local vehicles, so this is definitely where I'm eating for lunch. I opted for the mixed rice biryani. It's got rice, obviously, but the mixed grill would be shrimp, cuttlefish, chicken, and one other meat I can't think of right now. That's okay, but it is Sri Lanka, so I'll get rid of that fly, and it does have hot pepper and some hot chili paste, so yes, this will burn all the way through. With all the places and the things we see here in Sri Lanka or any country, it's important to remember that a lot of the places we see are the tourist places, and it's where the locals cater to tourists and travelers. So sometimes I like to just walk down a dirt road and go to where the people are. And this is where you really connect with the local society. It's not at the tourist sites, it's not at anything that's popular, especially with foreigners, but it's just simple dirt roads and where people live. And this is where the magic happens when you visit someplace. Well, as promised, Dambulla was a great place. Great hiking, there's ruins, temples, and of course the great food. And as a bonus, we got to see some pretty cool wildlife as well. So yeah, Dambulla is where you want to go. You can go to Sigiriya as a day trip instead of having to move twice. So yeah, come on down here and enjoy part of Sri Lanka.